Hey guys, today I want to talk about what happens when we dwell on things that have already happened. If we constantly live in the past, we make it impossible to live in the present. Memories are fun, but if we rehash them every time we meet with our friends from high school and from college, when will we have time to create new memories with these people that we love so much? I believe that relationships can thrive on nostalgia for a while, but that they need new life to generate the momentum required to grow. I may have deceived you with my intro because what I really want to discuss in this video are the memories we hold on to that are less than fun. I want to talk about the painful events from our past that we allow to color the way we view the present and the way we feel. I'm talking about events like harm, abuse, neglect, that inspire feelings of anger, sadness, and shame. I'm talking about events that create a dissonance around who we believe we are. This may be an overly logical perspective, as mine tends to be because I've always had a tendency to think before I feel. But as I see it, the reality is that carrying around these negative feelings won't have any impact at all whatsoever on what happened. If we replay a painful event 300 times, it still happened. But the only difference is we suffered more for it by giving it power not only over the past, but over our abilities to be happy right now. Let's work through some examples so I can use the fun voice changer effect. So my first example, imagine you lost someone you love. Whether this person was in an accident, lost the battle to a disease, took his or her own life, or passed away from natural causes, you could speculate endlessly about how your life would be now had things been different. This speculation would manifest as guilty, repetitive thoughts to the tune of, for the accident, had she not left the house that day, she never would have gotten into the accident. What if she was texting behind the wheel? What was so urgent that she couldn't wait until she parked the car? For the disease, had he eaten less red meat, he would have never gotten heart disease. Why didn't we force him to see a cardiologist and a nutritionist when we still had the chance? For the suicide, had she seen a therapist and agreed to take medication, she never would have ended her life too soon. We should have realized she was depressed and taken it more seriously. And for the death of natural causes, why didn't you make more time for him before he left you? Now you will never have another moment with him. Losing a loved one in any way is a sharply painful event. It's the most final type of loss. You cannot control what happened, but you can control how much more painful it becomes by giving into persistent thoughts that begin with, what if? What's done is done. You must accept this, pay tribute to this person's memory, and hope to meet again in heaven. Next example. Imagine your parents got divorced. Mine did. This event majorly disappointed the way that you expected your family to be. You always pictured a coherent family unit that would grow and experience life together. You wanted to feel secure with a strong foundation and a place to call home. Your parents separated, but pay attention to the subject of that statement, your parents, aka not you. I think the lines feel blurry in family relationships because there are fewer boundaries when everyone's lives are so intertwined. Here we get into all or nothing thinking. Just because your parents separated does not mean that you no longer have a support system. In fact, you still have the same support system. It just doesn't look like the one you pictured, and you have no choice other than to accept that or complain forever, which will change nothing. Put it this way, do you want to rob this year's family holidays of joy by spending the whole time dreading the fact that you have to split your time between your mom's and dad's homes? If you do that, I guarantee you're going to miss out on the love that's there for you. We have to work on letting go of what we wanted so that we can accept what is. Final example. Think about what happens if someone hurt you when you were 18 years old. The event took place. You spent the next 20 years of your life replaying it and hating the person. What I want to know is, what will come from this hate? Will the person who hurt you lose sleep at night because you hate them? But that person is not the protagonist of this story. So most importantly, how do you feel when you're full of hate? Heavy, right? Hatred oppresses the person who hates because it's so heavy to carry. This hatred is 100% yours until you release it. And in this situation, the only person we care about is you. Therefore, you have to let it go. I believe in justice, not revenge. And in most situations like this, outside of the legal system, there's not a clear route to justice. With that being said, what do you even want out of the situation? If you know the abuser's not going to jail for it, do you feel like you want to teach them a lesson? Will talking about it every day and robbing the joy of your present teach them something? Personally, I don't think it's your job to teach them. I think it's your job to heal, move forward, and live the most beautiful life possible while demonstrating kindness to yourself and to others. I think people who harm will get what they deserve eventually, as creating evil energy generates more evil. So I feel a deep certainty that they will be dealt with, but not by you. I just want to make sure I'm being clear that I'm not talking about things that can be handled in the legal system. If you're dealing with a certain type of abuse that you're pursuing, good for you. I believe people should be brought to justice, but I'm talking more about the things that we just hold on to and that we never resolve, and we just hold them and allow ourselves to burn with them. So these are the specific types of situations I'm talking about. And letting go of painful past events is a type of forgiveness that doesn't involve vindication of the perpetrator. It also doesn't involve taking a giant Sharpie and crossing out your life experience. It did happen, so go ahead and talk about it insofar as it educates, heals, and empowers. Let it go, or try to let it go, when it has no constructive value. But whatever you do, you must forgive. And forgiveness in this situation does not mean that what they did was any less wrong. It means that you choose to release the pain in order to end its power over you. By confining the event to the box it deserves to be inside of and sealing the lid, you refuse to allow it to contaminate your present and future, and that is powerful. If you enjoyed this talk, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I release a new video every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, there is a lot more talk to come soon. Bye for now.